This is the main model of our project. This is a millimeter wave based MIMO hybrid beamformer based on QPSK modulation scheme, which is operating at 66 GHz frequency. First we can see a QPSK transmitter block, then we can see a transmit array hybrid beamformer block, then we can see a pre-space path loss channel, then we can see the receiver array, then the QPSK receiver, then we have a display to show the received messages, then we have a display to show the estimated angle of arrival, then we have a spectrum analyzer which displays the transmitting and receiving signals side by side. Then we have the constellation diagram of transmitter and the constellation diagram of the receiver. This block represents the position of the receiver with respect to the transmitter. The first one is the azimuthal angle and the second one is the elevation angle. So this is basically the position of the user inside the coverage area. The transmitter has to find out where the user is and send it the signal accordingly. So these angles can be any number depending upon the user's situation, and this is the input of this total system. Inside the QPSK transmitter, we can see bit generation block and QPSK modulator block. Inside the bit generation block, we can see the message source is given. Inside the message source, we can see the message generator code, which is this. Here we can see the messages are hello world 000. This 000 means that this is the 0th frame, and 001 means this is the first frame. So here it continues up to 99 number of frames. Here we have used a scrambler. The purpose of the scrambler is to improve the data transition density and frequency offset estimation. Each data frame contains 26-bit header for synchronization purpose and 174 data bits, and of them first 105 contains the hello world message. Let's move on to the next block of our model, which is transmit array hybrid beamformer. Okay, inside this we can see it uses 3 inputs and 2 of them are angle. First one is beamforming angle and this one is input angle. This input angle is the user's position, but this beamforming angle is actually the estimated angle by the system. You can see this line connecting the angle of arrival towards the beamforming. This means the weight the beamformer is calculating, the total weights the beamformer is calculating depending on the set of angles estimated by the system, not by this input, because this input is random. This is the user's position. Inside the beamformer, we can see the MBDR beamformer and phase shift beamformer. You can see the MBDR beamformer is going to weight subarray and the phase shift beamformer is going to phase shift array. We have a reason to use these two type of beamformer because MBDR beamformer is a adaptive beamformer and phase shift beamformer is a conventional beamformer. So you can see the phase shift array or the delayed signals are coming to the subarrays, and the MBDR output is coming to the subarray weights to multiply with the input signal. This is basically two types of beamforming is happening here. By the MBDR beamformer, digital beamforming is happening, and by the phase shift beamformer, analog beamforming is happening. So the system is actually hybrid beamforming. So you can see the digital precoding is happening here with the help of subarray weight multiplication with the signal. And then we have used a Hamming tapper. This is basically a filter which reduces the side lobes and concentrate more energy into the main lobe. Then we have used a demultiplexer to provide signals to the subarrays. Inside the subarray, we can see there is 2 modulator and a power amplifier and some signal dividers, which is basically dividing the coming signal into 2 equal portions. Then we have the 8x1 linear array, and this array is a sparse matrix. This is generated in MATLAB using code and exported to a .mat file to use in the simulation, because only .mat files are executable in Simulink. So we can see there is 4 subarrays and inside them 8x1 linear array. So total number of transmitting element in transmitter is 32. Let's moving on to the next model, which is the channel. This is a very basic free space path loss model of channel, and the loss factor is 50 dB. And we can see next model is the receive array, and we have 2 receiver array of 8x1 linear array. So total number of element is 16 in the receiver. We can see the gain and noise are provided into the receiver. Then we have a subsystem which sums up the signal coming from receiver array 1 and receiver array 2. Then we have a ADC or analog to digital converter, which basically converts the signal into digital signal for further processing. Then we have the root music algorithm. This is the main thing of total angle estimation. Root music algorithm uses multiple signal classification to find from where the signal is coming. Let's moving on to the next model, which is the QPSK receiver. We can see here carrier synchronizer, preamble detector, frame synchronizer, decoder, and last ASCII to string. This ASCII to string is basically used to convert the symbols into a message that we can read. Now let's start the simulation and see the results, how it responds. As we can see, the compilation process has begun and it will take some time to compile the whole model. We are skipping the part of this and we will see the results coming from it. As you can see, the compilation is done and it is initializing. Okay, now let's run the simulations. So you can see the constellation diagram and the spectrum analyzer are visible now, and in the spectrum analyzer we can see the message that the spectrum analyzer requires 256 samples to update the display. It will update once the required number of samples have been input. So this message basically means that it is a delayed version of the actual simulation because it takes some data to update the visualization. Here you can see our simulation has been started and we can see some bits over the constellation diagram, and we can see there is an error message in the received message display. The transmitter constellation diagram is correct, but the receiver constellation diagram is wrong. Okay, now we can see the signals in the spectrum analyzer, and we can see the receiver and the transmitter are not matching. Also, if you can see the estimated angle of arrival, those are completely wrong. Elevation is quite correct, but the azimuthal is completely wrong. The message is still an error, a combination of numbers and symbols and letters. We can see that there is a slightly mistake in the message. In case of H, there is a 0 in hello, and we can see the angle of arrival is correct, but the constellation diagram of receiver is wrong. Here you can see another error is coming. Okay, you can see another slightly mistake is there. We can see a opening parenthesis in case of H in hello. I hope this will be corrected in the next frame. You can see exactly after about 0.16 millisecond the correct message we are receiving. This is hello world 003. That means the third frame is correctly received by the receiver, and you can also see the spectrum analyzer is matching with transmitter and receiver, and in RX constellation and TX constellation both are correct, and estimated angle of arrival is also correct. This is the fifth frame running. The root music is coming into play, which is actually estimating these angles. Let's change the angle. I will change the angle to minus 20, 40. As we can see, the RX constellation is a bit wrong after changing the angle, and we are still getting the old estimated angle in the, and now we can see the new estimated angle, and we can see a received message is an error. And we can see slightly wrong in the next frame, in the 12th frame, the H is replaced by an X. I hope this will be corrected in the next frame. As you can see in the 13th frame, the message is corrected. Okay, let's change the angle again. I will do it minus 30 and minus 45. And as you can see, the RX is quite a bit distorted in the constellation frame. And we can see there is another error due to the angle change. The H is replaced by the B here. I hope this will be corrected in the next frame. As you can see in the 19th frame, the message is get corrected. So this was the simulation, and the simulation ends here. If you see inside the beamformers, we can see that the NVIDIA beamformer and the phase shift beamformer is calculating the angles, the phase delays to provide it to the signal. So this was the end of the simulation, and thank you.